Kevin Durant recently came out refuting any notion that the Golden State Warriors should be responsible for his Achilles injury. He said it was a basketball injury. Things happen when you play basketball. He stated that he was under no pressure or any kind of duress. It was just him and his agent, him and his trainer, Celebrini, that were working out. And KD was the one that targeted Game 5 to return to the NBA Finals. All that being said, I don't know if people are going to believe this or not. Because here's the thing. KD has the ample opportunity. This is the perfect opportunity to throw the Golden State Warriors under the bus. He could say, hey, they were pressuring me. These guys were coming up to me, etc., etc. So that was his spotlight. That was his platform to say, hey, look, in his Yahoo Sports interview, look, man, these guys pressured me. They wanted me to come back. They were begging me back. They were saying that we're going to lose the finals, etc., etc. And guys killed the Warriors for putting them out there saying that, hey, you're with the knee, you can hurt the Achilles. But other professional providers have said that one doesn't always equate to another. Some say that it does, but for the most part, all the medical doctors, independent and dependent, I would say if it was seven out of 10 doctors said that those two injuries had no relation. And if you really think about it, I'm gonna say this: the Warriors would be stupid to willingly know that he could tear his Achilles to say like, hey, we're gonna put you out there if we want to re-sign you anyway. I don't think they would be that dumb just to win another championship. If you got to remember, they're thinking long term as well. They wanted to sign him to a long term deal. They're thinking about the Chase Center. They're thinking about revenue streams. So why would they want to have an injured Kevin Durant for the next year if they could just lose the finals and run it back and get to they could get what it'll be like 4 finals or 4 championships in 6 years or something like that. Why would they risk that? Why would they risk knowingly pissing him off? And they know how he is. They know that Kevin Durant is essentially a flight risk when it comes to re-signing, staying on teams. Why would they risk that? So Kevin Durant essentially backed the theory that the Warriors were not pressuring him to come back, that they supported his decisions, and it was a collective decision, like they said in the press conferences. Now, how much will people believe that? I don't know, because it feels like Kevin Durant took too long to say this. It feels like, he finally broke his silence. He should have said this before anything happened, because there's still going to be people that say, well, he's just trying to save face for the Warriors and save face for himself, because, he wants to maintain that good relationship or whatever the case is. He doesn't want to revisit those old wounds. And if you think about it as well, think about this. In his commentary, Kevin Durant says, I've moved on from it. I just took it on the chin and I moved on. So him saying I took it on the chin is kind of like, it almost reveals a little something here. It's like saying, what did you, I know you got injured and you're taking an injury on the chin, but is there something else that you're trying to say or whatever the case is? But, to me, this is a great sign, or it's a sign of relief for me, because it's just like, you would hate for an organization to put a player out there against their own will to risk getting more injured than they already are. And, Steve Kerr and Bob Myers said that, hey, the most that they told us was that he might, it could be a re-injuring of the calf. Like a, Charlie horse, etc. You torn calf is going to re-injure it just a little bit more. But other than that, nothing else can happen. So that being said, it's a, Warriors, I guess, could breathe a sigh of relief. Now, this is the thing that I'm curious about. Will we see a 30 for 30, 5 or 10 or 15 years from now? KD finally comes out in the midst. Hey, they did force me. Guys did say that. Will we get some people that just don't believe it and continue to run with their conspiracy theories? So that's going to be interesting with itself. And what people are going to say too is, well, if they didn't force you to come back, if they didn't push you to come back, why did you leave and go to the Nets? He could have his own reasons and different reasons for going to the Nets, but nobody's going to really believe that going forward. So I find it interesting to see that, he finally came out, broke a silence about it. His agent trainer himself came up with the Game 5, return date, and that's going to be very, very interesting to see that going forward, what other stories come out? Will his manager be able to corroborate that story? That's going to be very interesting. So we'll see how that plays out. Hoops Junction, Hoops meets Hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.